That was weird. I could have sworn I must have just looped it somehow. Three diamonds left. Let's put those over here. Okay, we have to I don't think we have a chest for calcite. Tough stuff. Ooh, we are out of torches. We're gonna need more torches. Torches. Just in case. Look at all of our wonderful diamonds. We sure do. Got a lot. We don't need this. No, we need that. We don't need that. Oh, we may need one more pick. Actually, I don't think we're gonna need one more pick. Let's go ahead and head back down. Let's see what our tunnel is doing. We got quite a ways. Mostly unobstructed, save for a few lava pools. Plenty of diamond. Plenty of diamond. Because it looks like we are at it again. Oops, that's not what we're supposed to. It's a little too low. That? Oh, here it is. And then we begin our jog. Just keep running past this part. No reason for us to stop here. We'll come back for this another day. I can't believe it's already 5 o'clock. Oh, would you look at that? How did we miss that? Oh, and there's more. A skeleton. We just do what we do, and that is find diamond. We don't even look for it. It just comes to us. But isn't that how everything works? When you're not even looking for it. And that's what happened when I was looking for home. Just kind of stopped looking for it. And just started exploring. And then suddenly we found it. It always happens when you stop looking. So right now we're not even looking for anything, we're just building the really long tunnel. That is all we're doing. Just like, I guess I just like pushing things. I like pushing things to the limit. I guess mostly I like pushing myself to my limit. Which is how we got lost in the first place. I was seeing how far out I can explore. And then we found a settlement and we stayed there for a while and we made it something of a second, third, or fourth home, I think, by that time. And then I decided it was time to come home, and we got lost. Simple as that. Oh, snap. So this is another one of those instances where I just like to... Come on. Oh man, it's a little gremlin. Better not mess up the tunnel. I worked really hard on this. I just have this tendency to push things to the limit. Alright, we got the little guy. Oh, there's another one. That wasn't so bad. So what was I saying? Oh yes, pushing things to the limits. That is what I like to do. Better not. So most of the time it's me pushing myself to the limit, or seeing just how much thing. How could I so slow to react? But it's also something that makes me good at the things I do. is this this habit of just seeing how far I can push things. So that's why I like papercraft. Because I like to see how good can I make a model out of paper. It's fun. That kind of thing is fun for me. And it's probably, I mean, good grief, can these people stop with the exploding already? So unnecessary. Oh man, I didn't even see that guy there. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Alright. Should probably eat something. So that is just the kind of thing I like to do. And it's kind of like, it's a little bit of torture, a little bit of what is the term? It's not pleasure denial. Because I work for it, that's for sure. But it's prolonged. It's a delay, you know, it's pleasure. Great. Get off me. It's more what it is. So I'm willing to delay instant gratification. So I think that's what's kind of what draws me to trading. Is you have to understand that you have to delay it in order to make a trade successful. And with anything, really, with anything worth doing. That's how it is. So if somebody wanted to become, a streamer, you're definitely going to delay a lot of satisfaction of streaming to build an audience. To develop a community, even to find your character. Who are you as a streamer? What is the thing you do that makes you unique? It could take years to find and to develop. Alright, so we're going to have to go straight through this area right here. So there is no point in dilly-dallying. We might as well just get straight to it. You know what we could do? Oh snap, yikes. I was not even paying attention. Come on. Come on. Oh, just get down here already. Where's the other guy? There he is. Alright, alright. Great. Fantastic. Swell. Another one. Okay, that was just a bat. Wonder if I can hit those guys from here. 1, 2, 3. Got him. Alright, now your friend. Oh, he got me. Good shot. I gotta give him credit for that one. That was a nice shot. Oh, snap. Did you see that? All those creepers? Yikes. Gotta run. Oh, man, that was close. I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. That's got me a little tense here. Come on. Got him. No sizzle. So what I was thinking was we could line this with lava as I come through. I think that would be not only helpful. What in the world? Okay, I gotta get out of here. It's gonna get me killed. Little golden boots. Dude, I kind of panicked a little bit there. I kind of panicked. And it was not good. Those little guys, they just, man, they're so... Alright. This is proving to be very annoying. Gotta run. Good grief. So yeah, so I've been doing this for a while now, and I have not established or even really built a healthy community. So anybody who's gonna do this seriously, it is a lot of work. People expect a lot for a community. A community expects a lot for a community. And unfortunately, it's not really something that I can kind of do. So it's really selfish of me what I'm doing with it at all. That I'm streaming at all is only for my own satisfaction and not for anyone else, if I'm being honest. And I can only be honest. So let's face it. Why is this place full of creepers? Man. Slowly but surely we are getting the work done. Look at that. Look at him just hanging out there waiting for me to slip. So yeah, it's mostly, I guess, just for me. It's something that I find I enjoy. It's fun. And I kind of, it's nice when other people hang out. Shadry hung out for a minute yesterday, stopped by to say hi. It's nice. It's like, it's actually very similar to how I live my life. I just kind of, I don't have a lot of friends in real life. A lot of my contacts and connections are online. A lot of the friends I do have from my youth, I keep in contact via online, but I don't necessarily kind of won't insinuate myself in people's lives necessarily. And if I'm invited to something, I'll probably go. But I mean, I'm a social guy. I'm not antisocial. I like being social. I just don't I don't get out much. I don't have a lot of time for I guess social activities. But I kind of do because we go to D&D once a week, so that's fun. Look how much diamond there is in this place. There's just diamond everywhere. This is just one of those things that kind of feels that connecting with other people. It's the whole idea behind neurons that fire together, wire together, because I kind of see human beings as neurons. We're just a bunch of little great Scott. Okay, that was bad. That was very, very bad. That was not. Oh snap, there's 3 of them. so low on energy. One of them dropped a carrot. Kid didn't want to eat his vegetables. And so, oh man, what was I saying before I got attacked? So yeah, that's kind of what I think is that neurons that wire together. It's us looking for connection. We're all just looking for a place to fit in, kind of where we feel like I guess we belong. You know, come along, we belong. Feel the fizz of Coca-Cola. Great. We're all just looking for that. And so neurons that wire together is kind of the idea of, you know, when you find something that clicks, you just connect with it. So, I mean, it's not completely selfish why I do this. It's a little selfish, yes. But it's also because I just want to connect with people too. I just want to do something that someone will be like, hey, dude, that's kind of cool. I like that. You like that too? I like that too. We should chat more. You know, that kind of thing. Or even more so is like, oh, you like that? Let me show you this thing that I like. That's what I like. I like when you don't initially know that you have common interest with someone, and then they show you something that they think is cool, and then you think it is cool too, and you're like, oh, that's cool. This is something I can see myself getting into. I'm so glad you shared it with me. Because I may have never found out about it by myself on my own. But because you liked something that I did, or that I shared with you, then you felt that you could share something with me. And I absolutely think what you're sharing with me is cool. Appreciate it. You like art? I like art. You like comics? I love comics. And while I do like the Marvel and the DC, I like Batman, I like X-Men, I like... Do you like the Savage Dragon? Let me tell you about the Savage Dragon. Or you're gonna tell me about Sandman? I only kind of know about the Sandman in passing, but let me hear you tell it. Yeah, you got me. You know, things like that. Making more connections, finding more stuff to be interested in or excited about. That's what I live for. It's the kind of thing I like. You know what I don't like though? I'll be honest. I don't like talking about work. I don't like being an adult and going to social situations and being like, so what do you do for work? What do you do for work? What do I do for work? I think about killing myself. That's what I do for work. When I'm at work, I wish I wasn't. I wish I was at home doing something better than having to work. Why don't you tell me about what you do when you're not at work? Tell me about that, please. Tell me what you do when you're not at work. Because if I have to talk about work, I probably won't heal you, but one of us is going to end up dead if I have to talk about work anymore, because it's such a funny thing to do as an adult, when you think about it. Because let's say here's the thing, like we have our own janitor company, our own cleaning business, and I meet another grown up and I'm like, hello, my name is Neuron and I have a business. And what is your business? Oh, you own properties. Well, I have a cleaning business. We should get together and maybe I could clean some of your properties. How does that sound? Does that sound swell? Does that sound like we're both really high functioning adults and we are productive members of our community? And boy, do I really love my job, and I would just love more work as if I don't have enough. Nope, no thank you. Keep that mess. Keep it, because I don't want it. That is not the kind of adulthood I want. That is the kind of adulthood that, ugh. Because here's the thing, if that's the kind of adulthood that I'm creating for myself, that's the kind of example that I'm teaching my kids. And I don't want my kids to think that that's what life is, because that is not what life is. And I'm setting the example for my kids, and I just can't set that kind of example. I don't believe in it. I don't believe it. I don't want it. I don't want them to have it, and I don't want them to think that that's how it has to be, because it's not. I refuse it. I reject it. Life is about exploration. It's about adventure. It's about finding where you belong, what you connect to, what makes you excited. It's about being passionate about something. And I'm not passionate about work. Work is just something I do to pay the bills and to make sure that we have a roof over our head at the end of the day. But it is not the legacy I want to leave behind. And it won't be the legacy that I leave behind. I don't accept it. I don't accept it. Oh, whoa. Okay, let's get this fire out of here. Oh, you know what? This is that lava I was talking about. So it's not so much that I'm selfish when I stream, and because I do this selfishly, there's a selfish reason I do it, but there's also a deeper reason, a more satisfying reason why I do this. And it's because of all those things. I started streaming to help a friend, to kind of learn the ins and out of what streaming entails and what do you got to do to stream, how do you set things up. And once I had all that information, I decided, you know what, I think I'm going to keep doing this because it was kind of fun. And then seeing how easy it is, telling my kids, look, you guys could do this. This is so easy. It's not difficult at all. Anybody can do it. And everybody should do it. Build a community, find a community. So that's another reason why I do this. I'm leading by example. Now, I may not have a community that is flourishing, but I got people that stop by every now and then and say hi. And that is a-okay. And would you look at that? More diamond. And so that's essentially the whole reason why I like to push things to the limits. To see how fun we can make it and how far we can go, and if we can succeed. Can we succeed? I don't know. Let's give it a shot. The other thing too is, what's the worst that can happen? But we can even change that. And what's the best that can happen? What is the best thing that can happen with me streaming? The best thing that can happen is you start getting paid for streaming. That's the best thing that can happen. Wouldn't that be cool if that happened? If suddenly here's this community and here's these people who watch and like the things that I say, or like listening to me, or just like hanging out. And suddenly the numbers get bigger. Number goes up, and then, I'm not doing just Minecraft. I can get back into doing papercraft or other things. Bigger projects or funner projects, or opening a Minecraft server and having people play online. That kind of thing, And then, guess what? Suddenly, I'm able to make a living streaming Minecraft. That's the best that could happen. And that's how you should look at things. What's the best that could happen? The best that could happen is life works out in the end. I'm not saying that things always work out. Things don't always work out. And I've had to accept that result more times than I'd like to count. And you can either let that beat you down, grind you down, wear you out, and then you can give up and you can get comfortable in the trap that is the 9-to-5 job. Or you can be like, you know what? I'm going to try again. I'm going to try something else. This isn't working. I'm going to try something else. I tried becoming a crypto millionaire. That didn't work because I didn't know what I was doing. And instead of selling when I should have sold, my hands were diamonds, baby. I was holding as if it was going out of fashion. And let me tell you, it was going out of fashion. And then I got stuck holding the bag. So that didn't work out. But did that stop me? No. That made me curious. It made me want to be like, okay, what did I do wrong? And what can I do better in case something like this happens again? So I learn a little bit more, figure some things out, and now I'm trading. And it's the same thing with trading. You figure things out. You're like, okay, this didn't work. What can I do next time? So you tweak it a little, you learn something new, you try this, you try that, and you make a few discoveries, and then before you know it, you're like, okay, I'm starting to get better. I'm not losing money anymore. In fact, it looks like I'm actually starting to make money. And then little by little, find a strategy here, learn a technique there. Trade currencies, trade indices. And you get better. But it's because you didn't quit. And it's because you didn't let the loss, and you didn't let the failure beat you down. It's because you just stayed curious enough to try something else. Yeah, it's the same thing with streaming. It's like, okay, let me try playing PUBG. Let me try playing Minecraft. Let me try playing this and that and something else. And seems like people like Minecraft. They liked it so much, I was getting spam bots left and right and scammers all over the place. So much that I had to update my my filters to stop these scam artists. It's a funny way to put it. Scam artists, 'cause that's what they were. They were artists that were scamming. Hey, let me get your Discord. Send me some money. Look at this. Look at my Instagram page or my Twitter feed of things that just came out yesterday. So I was like, well, now I gotta put all kinds of stipulation to chat in my chats. And now very few people are able to chat. Sadly. But, that's what happens. I might take it off later on. But I might not. I might just leave it. Because, that way I get to talk to myself. I get to do that inner dialogue, that kind of, that thought process that we all have, where that voice speaks to you, but now I get to speak. That voice gets to speak out loud. And I get to hear what it says, and now that it isn't being restricted, it sometimes makes a lot of sense. And now that it's free, it doesn't feel so negative. It's kind of like, you know what? I noticed that a lot of the times you tend to pick on yourself. Why do you do that? And I can respond to it and be like, I don't know why I do that. Why don't you tell me why we do that? Like, because you want to be the best. You have to be the best. Why? I mean, I'm just asking, why do you feel that way? And because you feel that way, I feel like it's my duty to kind of not so much nudge you, but to really force you in that direction. So when you fail, I feel like I'm the one that's got to be like, dude, you suck. Why do you suck so much? Why are you such a failure? And then that gives me an opportunity to respond, to be like, you know what? I understand what you're saying now. You're not saying it in a mean way, but you're being aggressive about it, but it's only because you're frustrated too. Yeah. See, now you understand where I'm coming from. I am coming from that place of frustration, but it's only because I want to help you. I totally get it. It's kind of like when I say, don't be an idiot. And I'm not saying that you're an idiot. I'm just saying don't be one. So I can see that you have a hard time with words. Yes, I have a very hard time with words, because I just get so frustrated sometimes. I can understand that now. And you know what? I will be more patient with you when you're speaking, and when I'm listening, I will listen better. Fantastic. Then I will also speak more thoughtful and a little more gently. And you come to an understanding with that inner critic, with that inner voice that you got a little more empathy for yourself. You got a little more patience for yourself, because you realize that that voice, it doesn't mean to be that way. But it comes from a place of pain and a place of hurt and a place of discomfort. And it only wants to be comfortable. But sometimes you gotta take it by the hand and be like, look, we're about to do something very different from what we normally do, and we might mess up. But when we do, I don't want you to be scared, or I don't want you to feel stupid or be embarrassed. I just want you to kind of just see what happens. You know, we'll get through it. And so you show up at a D&D event, and you're the new kid on the block, and everybody there seems to be seasoned, and you have, not only is this a new event in your life, you don't know a dang thing about how to play Dungeons and Dragons. And so you kind of go into the whole thing being like, all right, I'm going to look stupid. I know I'm going to look stupid because I don't know anything. But the only way I'm going to learn anything is occasionally looking stupid. And I'm going to get nervous, and I'm going to slip up, and I'm going to misspeak, and I'm going to grab the wrong dice. And I'm not going to know what this spell does, or I'm not going to know what my options are. So, yeah, you're going to feel a little dumb sometimes. And it's okay. You're going to feel your face get red. You're going to feel it get hot. But nobody's there to make fun of you. Nobody's there to embarrass you. We're all there to just have a good time. And that's really what you got to remember. We're all there just to have a good time. Nobody wants to make you feel uncomfortable. In fact, they're trying their best to make you feel comfortable. They're trying their best to make you feel part of it. So have a great time. And eventually, it'll just be like old times, as they say. and then things just they become funny when you can look at it through that lens, you know, and you're like, dude, I have such a hard time doing math on the fly that when I'm throwing like a handful of dice and our DM, Zach, is like, all right, asking us like, okay, what's the damage? And I'm like, it's a D8, right? Plus your strength and your proficiency. And it's like, okay, and then I got to add it up in my head, and I'm not too good at math, so yeah, it takes a while. So it's very interesting, the people who DM. They seem to be like the most patient people. Like, these guys are the wizards. They are the Gandalfs. The DMs. Or the Saurons, sometimes. But it's just, it's very, very interesting, let's put it that way. But you can't be afraid to put yourself out there. Can't be afraid to be afraid. In fact, you should look forward to it. Look forward to the times when you can be afraid. And don't think of it as being afraid. Be excited. Be like, this is something new. This is exciting. This is fresh. This will be fun. And then enjoy the adventure. That's really all I gotta say about that. I'm starting to get tired. Getting a little sleepy here. So anyway, I'm doing a funded account evaluation. And my goal is to hit $100 a day for the evaluation, and I got to do it for 10 days. And so I already hit $100. Oh, that did not sound good. Poor little guy. So I hit it early. I hit it at the London Open. And I was going to keep trading, but I didn't want to burn myself out. And I had already achieved my goal, so I figured, you know what, I'm going to take a break. And we will pick it up again tomorrow. So as to not burn myself out and overtrade, because that's been one of the things that has gotten me into a lot of trouble in the past, is overtrading, where I'll make a nice score and then I'll give it all back because just got too cocky. So I'll be wrapping this up in a minute to go to bed. And I was thinking about going to bed early tonight too. I was like, what should I do? Should I go to bed early? Should I? I mean, the possibilities are limitless. I could do anything. I reached my goal. So, well, I don't want to go to bed early because then that'll mess up my rhythm. And I know what I'll do. I'll stream. And so here we are. streaming. Getting ready to wrap it up. I got a question. What is it about these Jesse Eisenberg, Michael Cera characters that people like so much? What is it about them? You know? I got some ideas, but what I would really like to hear are your thoughts on the whole thing. I just think it's a little interesting. Something interesting about the whole thing. I can't quite put my finger on it. I just watched The Art of Defense, of Self-Defense, this morning actually, when I was getting ready for bed, when I was winding down. It's a pretty weird movie. I'm gonna have to watch it again because artistically speaking, it's there's a lot to be looked at, you know, to analyze and to dissect. Metaphor, allegory, that kind of thing. Especially the way the actors come off. There's this interesting, and it's not just Jesse. It seems like all the characters have this very robotic, they're acting in a certain way in the movie, and I'm sure it's on purpose. It's an interesting choice, for sure. And I'm gonna have to give it a lot of thought. What the production was trying to, you know, what they're trying to say with the whole thing. Yeah, I think we've gone far enough for one night, so let's run back and see how long this. I remember the last time we dug a tunnel this long, it was a 15-minute run from start to finish, and then a 15-minute run back. So this should be interesting. I wonder if we can get it to that point again, to where we were just running and running and running. And of course, eventually we'll have to come out on top and see where we end up. And I'm stuck. So as we wind down tonight or this morning, and you either are preparing to go to bed or start your day, you know, I would encourage you to, you know, kind of talk with that inner voice, the inner critic, and really understand where he's coming from. Because if it's coming from you, it's probably not coming from a place of anger or of hatred. It's probably coming from a place of confusion, maybe hurt and fear. So when you're telling yourself, why did I do that? Why am I such an idiot? Kind of ask yourself, why do you think I'm an idiot? And really follow the feeling. Follow the voice. And find out why that question. Why that question in that way? And then try to understand it. Try to understand why that question in that way. And why not in another way? Why not, instead of asking why am I such an idiot, maybe that voice can ask you, how are you feeling about this situation? If you're in a situation where you've embarrassed yourself, maybe the voice can ask you, how do you feel about this situation? Why are you embarrassed? Is there something here about the situation that maybe you've experienced before that made you very uncomfortable? And the situation isn't the same as that situation because that situation happened in the past and it's over and it's gone. And this situation, while it may resemble what happened back then, it's not the same thing as what happened back then. It's completely different. Because if you think about it, maybe that inner voice is just like having a dog, like a pet dog with you, and then it kind of resonates with your energy. If you're getting anxious and agitated, your dog's going to get anxious and agitated. And that's just like that voice. If you're anxious and agitated, that voice is like, what's going on, man? Why are you acting like this? I don't like when you act like this. You better calm down because you're freaking both of us out. So you just gotta be a little bit more compassionate towards yourself. And just be like, I didn't like what happened. I got embarrassed. I felt my face get red. I remember the last time I was in this situation, and my mom, she spanked me for it, or my dad yelled at me for it, or my best friend, he left me alone. And this is really making me think about that. Perfect, think about it. But then also think about how you can change it. If you could change the past, what would you have done different? Do that. So we are back home, and we'll leave you with that. Speak to that inner voice. Ask that critic, that voice, that inner monologue that you give yourself, change it and ask it questions and try to really find out where it's coming from. And of course, viewer in the back, thank you so much for being there. Thanks so much for watching and sticking around, and I hope you found this episode helpful. And everyone else that stopped by, appreciate it so much. We might have a small community, but it's still a community. I gotta appreciate it for that. And because you all came, you should also always remember, neurons that fire together, wire together. And I will see you next time. I mean, sometimes the inner voice is like, that's so stupid. I can't believe you say that. It's ridiculous. But I say it. I like saying it. Because I mean it.